I'm metaphorical and poetical, so I can read into it. Maybe they're saying something.
Welcome to the Wealthy Healthy Happy Show. This is your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. We got Mr. Beatles in the building.
What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Beatles, Mr. Wealthy Healthy Happy, your financial planner and small business developer. I am feeling good this morning. My teeth look good too, man.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Well, we are going through The Alchemist, our last week on this book, man. Hopefully you've been trekking along with us, I think, for the past 4 weeks. It's an absolutely phenomenal book, a must-have for your collection. And you see that library behind Mr. Beatles. I believe that everyone that is about self-education, everyone that is about personal development, you should have one of those things in your house, even if it doesn't look as fabulous. I mean, you can have a little container, you can have whatever, but you need to fill a space in your house, in your place for great books. And this is one of them. And so as we've been going through this book, man, it's about a journey of a young man named Santiago who is learning how to turn lead into gold, learning how to turn lead to gold. And this is very, very interesting because as we journey along, there's different places that we see that he has already turned lead into gold. I think that's important to recognize that once he left his shepherd or left his sheep, which he had learned how to turn that trade into gold, right? It was a successful trade for him. He didn't know what he was doing at first. He talked to his mom and dad, and he said, "Hey, I want to travel." And his dad said, "Hey, if you want to travel, there's only really two ways that you do that, coming from this part of the world." And it was either to be a shepherd or something else. And he said, "Well, hey, I want to travel. That's what I've been called to do. So I'm going to be a shepherd." And guess what? He took the trade of learning how to be a shepherd and he made it successful. He turned lead into gold. All in his way, he got a dream. I have a dream. And this dream, he got it. He had it confirmed that it's time for him to move on to Egypt to go to the pyramid so he can find a treasure. Now, this is interesting when we get to this part about talking about. I'm going to open it up for you in just a second. Give me about 10 minutes. I know that you are anxious. You're chomping at the bit, ready to talk. About 10 minutes.
Dorada Unleashed is ready to go.
Your enthusiasm. I really do.
Hey, I love it.
So while he is on his journey to Egypt, where he is going to find his treasure, which is very interesting that he's going to go somewhere else to find his treasure. And that's a good place for us to think about for our own lives. Like, what is the next treasure that you need to be going towards, you need to be working towards, you need to be developing, you need to be traveling to? Because on that way, you're going to find a lot of different things that could distract you from getting to your ultimate goal. So the treasure basically is your ultimate goal. What is that dream that you can't seem to forget? And that is the thing that many people allow their life to let them forget. The title of today's track is "Love Will Never Keep You from Your Personal Legend." And love sometimes is the thing that we try to hold on to and say, "Hey, I want to stay in this place of love." And even that place sometimes can prevent you. You don't like your attitude. Well, that's fine. You don't have to like my attitude. I think that we do a very good job of being on here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So please.
Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 something.
I said give me 10 minutes. I don't like that you can't be patient. So at any rate, love will never keep a man from his personal legend. So if you're continuing to move toward your personal legend, then you will find that you'll always be able to come back to the ones that you love, the things that you love, because ultimately you will be whole, I believe, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm reading, when you are able to complete your mission. When you're able to complete your mission. Mr. Beatles.
All right. So there's a lot wrapped in that package that you just gave. And one of the one of the blabs, because they're serious about this thing, man. So one of the things that really stuck out to me was the heart attacks that we have along our personal journey. The heart attacks
and the heartaches.
The heart attacks
and the heart.
Oh man, the heart attacks and the heartaches, right?
Yeah.
So the Alchemist talks about how important it is for you to follow your heart. And he also says that there is a treasure that's laid up for every last one of us. Everybody has a personal treasure and a personal legend that they should be pursuing. But what happens is along their journey across the desert, they get weary. They get tired. They die of thirst right before they reach the palm trees. And many of us find ourselves in that situation every single day. We find ourselves struggling to get to our personal treasure. And then somewhere along the way, failure convinces us that it's not worth the struggle anymore. It's not worth the fight anymore. We get tired of the work. We get tired of getting up every morning at 5 o'clock. We get tired of reading in the books. We get tired of going to the classes. We get tired of trying to do our very best, because the very best in us, it takes effort. It takes work. But that's what life does. And that's what the soul of the world does. It tests you, and it tests you on purpose. So it inspires you. It gives you that spark of confidence. And it says, you know what? I can do it. That's called beginner's luck. And people are coming out of the woodworks. They're supporting you in all of your businesses. They're listening to your blogs. They're high-fiving and cheering you. A year later, now the real work begins. A year later, you have to do the work. A year later, you don't get the same beginner's luck, because now the world is testing you. Now the soul of the world is making you, is making you become convinced of the idea that's inside your heart. You got to do the work. You got to solidify it for yourself. You got to know that what's in my heart is for me.
Wow. So guys, right now, I want you to think about what's in your heart and what's for you. Because even when you get to that place of dryness, you still have to remember the beginner's luck. You still have to remember, I think it's very important that we celebrate our small successes. Right? Many of us don't do that. Oh man, I just had I just closed the deal. That's a small success, man. Let me drink some wine tonight, or whatever it is that you do to celebrate your success. We tend to put more emphasis on our failures than we do our successes. Let me say that again. Yeah. We tend to put more emphasis on our failures than we do our successes. So in other words, what I'm saying is, I don't care if you failed 99 times. I'm telling you, don't put as much energy on the 99. I want you to put more energy on the 1. Right? Don't put more energy on the 99. Put more energy on the 1. It only takes one yes for you to feel great today. Right? But while you're feeling great, I want you to make that greater by celebrating that success. But I also find that not only is it the fear of failure, not only is it failing that keeps us from our personal legend, Mr. Beatles, it could also be success. The small successes that we see, the small triumphs that we see along the way on this journey, right? So Santiago, he had success at the glass shop, right? And that could have stopped him because he had success there. He said, hey, I'm just going to stay right here and live this dream. He had success at the Oasis, right? He could be the tribe's the counselor of the Oasis, right? And he can stop right there. And many of us, I would say, our success and some of the things that may stop us, I'm going to say this, you probably going to hit me on the head, is when we begin to have a family. I got married and I stopped going after my dream. I got kids and I stopped going after my dream. I finally got my degree and I stopped pursuing my dream. Now, don't hit me over the head. I'm just saying that sometimes love keeps us from continuing to pursue our dream. Your thoughts about that? I'm not married. You are. So you got a lot more to say about that than I do. But I just figured I'd throw that out there.
What about the all right, so when we find our love, when we find our Fatima in the desert, what we're afraid of is we're afraid of losing the love. Love doesn't necessarily convince us that, man, we can't go any further. Love, the real love, wants you to go out and pursue your thing. We're just so afraid that, man, we have found what we think is the best of the best and it can't get any better than this. And so I have to settle down right here.
It's almost it's almost like we're choosing. It's instead of saying I can have both, I can only have one or the other.
Exactly. We're living in so we start living in that desert, in that land of lack, or what appears to be lack for us, because we're saying, man, it can't get any better than this. And if I move out any further, I'm going to lose this thing that I just acquired. But the thing is that because we are in a land of abundance and all things are always working for the good, the reason why you even achieve that level of success is because you're on your way somewhere. So as long as you are pursuing your personal legend, you are progressively realizing your worthy ideal, not only will the love of your life always be there, but you will be acquiring bigger and better things along the way because you are headed somewhere. Don't turn your GPS off.
Man, so right now at 7:10, we do have the opportunity for anyone to jump into a seat. And I would ask, if you have found yourself stuck, if you find yourself having the dream, but you have stopped pursuing it, I would like to know why. Why did you stop going after what's in your heart? What has caused you to make the decision, or to give up, or to stall, or to basically to just stop following what was in your heart? What has caused that? If you are in that place, maybe you're in a place where you're like, hey, I'm getting back to what is in my heart. Like I took a pause, just like Santiago. I was down for about a year and a half. I was doing this and doing that, but I realized that the dream keeps coming back. I can't forget it, and I got to go after this thing. If that's you, what caused you to stop? What caused you to stall? We have trust issues. Yeah. If that's you. So there are open seats available. This is not a me show, it's a we show. Everyone has a voice. Let your voice be heard. If you feel like jumping to a seat, you can do that at any time. We'll open that up for you to share your thoughts about this. Love will never keep a man from his personal legend. What's your personal legend? What is it that you've been called to do? What is your dream? What is your big audacious goal? Are you heading towards that? Hey, Nabila Rafa Jaja. I can't say that. But yeah, hey, how are you, man? Are you headed towards that thing? Are you working towards that thing? Does that thing that keeps you up at night, does that thing that wakes you up in the middle, that comes into your head in the middle of the day, is that something that you're actually working towards? Is that something that you're making progress towards? Is that something that today, even if you didn't do it yesterday, that you're going to put on your calendar some action that you can take to get closer to your dream?
Man, all right, so I just wrote down there we have trust issues, and and what I thought was very profound about the conversation that he was having with the alchemist is when he was talking about following your heart. One of the things that tends to happen is that we stop following our heart because at some point our heart has been broken. And because we try to do such a good job of protecting the heart from being broken, we don't always live the life that we desire to live because there is chance involved. And when we can't see the entire picture, when we can't see the every step along the way, we'd much rather not do the thing because we fear that there's going to be some failure along the way. But guess what? That's all part of the process. The test is a part of the process. And so we want the reward at the end, but we don't want to go through the class. We want the diploma, but we don't want the exams. But the exams ensure that you know that what's in your heart is there for you.
Is it possible that people have forgotten how to listen to their heart?
Yeah, absolutely. That's trust. That's what's going on right now, is what's leading me right now. Is this the best thing for me? Because I've done that before in the past. And see, this is the tricky thing about the heart, is the heart will we attach heart to a relationship, and that relationship didn't go the way that it was supposed to go, but we were following our heart. And because we failed in the relationship, we take that one failure and we attach that feeling that we get the next time to the next big thing. It could be the idea. It could be another person in a relationship. It could be your spouse. It could be your kids. It could be whatever. But it was that failure that you felt that one time in your heart, and you carry that with you for the rest of your life, and you will no longer wear your heart on your sleeve. You put your heart in your pocket, and you keep the world at a distance because you are afraid of feeling the way that you felt that one time. But you can't let heartbreak, that one heartache, you can't let that be the heart attack. You can't let that be the reason why you don't go and pursue your dreams. You have to know that, man, the feeling that I have right here is worth pursuing.
So it's interesting, this word heartache and heart attack. When you have your heart on your sleeve, right, you're chancing heartache. But when you put your heart in your pocket, it's almost guaranteed that you'll have a heart attack. Let me repeat that again. If you wear your heart on your sleeve, you're chancing heartache or heartbreak, right? But if you put your heart in your pocket, it's almost guaranteed that you'll have a heart attack.
All right. You get 1,000 for that one, buddy. You get 1,000. We going right to 1,000.
Right. So your heart doesn't belong in your pocket, man. You know, at some point, regardless of what you've experienced and gone through, and the pain that has come along with that, or the joy that has come along with that, it's trying to lead you somewhere, right? It wants to, but it's interesting, this conversation that Santiago had with his own heart while he was trying to learn how to trust his heart again, or actually trying to learn how to listen to his heart again. He was saying that the heart doesn't want you to suffer. It's going through this process of really trying to get you to where it wants you to be, where ultimately your soul wants to be, where ultimately you need to be. But along the way, if you don't trust your heart, it doesn't want to let you down either. So sometimes it gives you those signals or those different types of feelings or emotions as you are going through your day-to-day operations. But ultimately, it wants to take you to the place where you will be whole, because it wants to bring you to a place where you're one with your soul, right? That's basically what the book is saying that your heart is for. It wants to bring you to a place of being one with your soul. And the only way you can really get there is if you get back to a place where you're listening to your heart. I'm telling you right now, man, I'm in such a great place of following my personal legend, and I'm seeing such great things transpire, right? It's a beautiful thing to see the success that you can have when you're going after your dream, where you're going after you're working to create that which it is. You're working to create your master work.
Yeah, you're writing your script.
Yeah,
you are writing your script, and the beautiful thing about it is that you are you're the producer and the writer of your own show, and so you can every single day you can choose to write your own script and determine how that thing is going to play out by how you react to what's going on with the play that you've created for yourself. I think the challenge is that we are afraid to write our own script. We're afraid to read the words off our own page, and we and a lot of times what will happen is, like, we're in the beginning of the year right now, and so we got a vision board set up for ourselves. We probably got a mission statement and a vision statement, We probably have declared and proclaimed that we are going to have victory this year, and we've said all those things in quiet or close quarters. But we now have to do the other piece. You've written it all down. You've written your script down. Now it's time for you to go out, have courage, and be bold about who you know that you are, and then walk in your destiny. That's the challenge. Walking in the destiny is the challenge, because you're going to have to stand up to some conflict. You're going to have to be a little confrontational. Everybody's not going to get it. Your vision is not for everybody, and everybody is not going in the same direction that you're going in. And guess what? Those things are okay. Some will, some won't. So what? You have to continue to write your stuff out every day and then live it like it's your last day, because you don't know. You never know when you're going to take your last breath. So you might as well live like this could be the last moment, man. Sleep is for suckers.
Sleep is for suckers, man. So listen, guys, it's 20 days into the new year. And as I mentioned, I like for you to make sure that you're celebrating your successes, right? That you're not letting even love, anything keep you from pursuing your dream and going after your personal legend. So I like to hear from you. Like, what are some successes that you have seen thus far this year in 2016 that are connected to you going towards your personal legend that you've seen as you've been pursuing your dream? Maybe you've been following us since the beginning of the year. Maybe you haven't, and you've just been doing your thing. What are some successes that you've seen along the way that are that validate or that confirm that you're on the right path? What are some successes that you see as you are traveling along your path, towards your personal legend, that are confirming that you're going in the right direction? I can say a lot for me, man, but I don't want to take up the show. I really like to hear from you guys. But Mr. Beatles, I'm sure you got some things you might.
Shout out. I'm gonna do some shout outs right quick. We got Michelle Hayward that just joined, strategic business coach, speaker, loves to travel in music and dancing and no debt. She also loves weightlifting and eating clean blabs. She blabs on Fridays at 8 p.m., Saturdays at 11 a.m., and Sundays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Who else do we have in the building? We have somebody that just joined just now. Let's see who else we got. We have Durgis Hananda. Doesn't have anything by Durgis, but welcome, Durgis. We also have Veda. Hello, consultant and hidden pleasures. Veda, you have to come on. I'm very interested in these hidden pleasures that you have for adults.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I can always learn something. Hey, what's going on, Dirk Gitz?
Yes, I'm good. Yeah. So you are here telling the story of The Alchemist.
Yes, we are, sir.
Yeah, great. I have read that book and I love that book. And actually, I want to ask you some question from that book. Yeah, what we mean actually by the principle of favorability? Favorability.
Oh, favorability.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Oh, beginner's luck. Yeah. I love that. Well,
so
I've had some.
So you asking what is it? What do we mean by it?
Or what does the book mean by it?
The principle of favorability.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, actually, I misunderstand that word. Yeah. Oh,
well, I think that for me, the way that I understand it is that the soul of the world is waiting for us to arrive at our personal legend, or arrive at the notion that there is something out there that we are supposed to be pursuing. And when that realization happens for us, when the awareness happens, and we take charge and we acknowledge it, what happens next is a series of events that convince you that what you believe is your personal legend is in fact for you, and is going to encourage you along the way. So there are going to be some things that show up just kind of coincidentally, but they show up so that you keep going, so that you keep pursuing your thing. So it's like
Okay.
it's like a spark.
Okay. You mean that it is something like, for example, I would say that it's like something that luck. If, for example, I am
Sure.
a lucky guy, that it means that the principle of favorability is in my favor.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
say you're a lucky guy. I think but you're spot on with the favor is on your side. So have you ever? When's the
Okay.
last time, Durgis, that you tried something new, different? You created.
Okay.
You tried something new. You did something different. Well, typically what you find is when you first put it out. So say, for example, for me, I wanted to teach a class. So I wanted to get people to enroll into this class. The principle of favorability was on my side to actually have people sign up. And that showed me that
Okay.
instead of having no one sign up, even though there wasn't 50 million people that signed up, I was able to get some people to sign up, which showed me that favor was on my side, or that beginner's luck was on my side. And if I continue to do
Okay.
that, then I'll continue to see the numbers grow because I've already had some success in this new venture.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And I want to, yeah. So I want to know another thing, that how to read a book. For example, if I am reading a novel like The Alchemist and any other novel, then how should I start and how should I spend time on a particular chapter, and how should I proceed for it? For example, I am reading a book, then at that time I am able to understand the concept in the first go. So I should keep on reading it again and again.
So all right, so that's a great question as well. So the question is how to read through a book, how to get through a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say the first thing that you want to do is you want to set an intention for why you are reading the book in the first place. So
Okay.
your intent is going to determine how you pursue the pages in the book. So if you
Okay.
intend to just read simply for enjoyment, and it's a fiction book or something based on a true story, or it's a story-based book, and you just want to follow the characters in the story, you want to appreciate and enjoy it, then appreciate and enjoy it. However,
Okay.
a book like The Alchemist, which we have, which many of us on the show have agreed that we've read this book before, but not read it the way that we're reading it this time, where we're actually reading for understanding and information and extracting some of the principles. Then it may take you a little bit longer to get through the book, and then in that you may find yourself highlighting different principles and ideas throughout the book because they actually mean something to you. So
Okay.
so you can study you can prepare. Again, it's intent first. Why am I reading this book? What do I desire to get out of this book? And then from there,
Okay.
allow yourself to take your time with the book.
Yeah, you are right. But I have another question. Yeah, that for example, I'm reading one chapter, and chapter number 1, you can guess. And after that, if I go to the another chapter, and if there is a link between both the chapters, and I am unable to understand the concept in the first chapter, then how could I go to understand that concept? Because is there any English forum or any website from where I could ask the questions to the people and get answer out of it who haven't read that book?
Oh, so you're saying, well, typically a book, if it's a very popular book, it'll have, there'll be some guides along the way. So there's probably someone that's already written a study guide on it. There's probably some people out there that have already had some type of write-ups on the book. So if you're saying, hey, I want to look more out of this book, or maybe I want to have a forum for which I can come and discuss this book with other people, you may not be able to do that live because everyone may not be reading the book at the same time that you are, but there probably are already some type of guide, some study guides, some breakdowns of the book, some outlines that have been written. You can easily find those online that can help you go through the book if you don't want to outline it yourself. So that is a great place for you to whatever you're reading right now, you can put it into your Twitter account. You can find people that have interest in that book. You can also look it up on Google.
Okay.
You'll find people that have already written write-ups on this book that can help you. It's kind of like finding Cliff Notes, but not really Cliff Notes. You're looking for a summary. You're looking for an outline. You're looking for commentary that other people have already put in the book, which will help you link or bridge the gap between what you understand and what other people have understood about the same thing.
Okay. And do alchemists really exist?
Say that again.
And do alchemists really exist?
You are an alchemist. You are an alchemist. Yes, does alchemists really exist? Yes, absolutely. I mean, you're an alchemist. What the principle is, turning nothing into something. Turning nothing into something that doesn't have great value and making it valuable. You, as an individual, are an alchemist. You have gone from being, coming into this world, just being here, into creating something. You have ideas, you have talents, you have skills and abilities that you have churned like butter, churned that milk and turned it into butter. You've churned what's inside of you and made it valuable to the marketplace. So you are an alchemist. Can I put this show on YouTube? Sure. We put it on YouTube, but yeah, you can add it to YouTube or something like that. Not quite sure. Yeah, more to merry. YouTube Live. Oh, so you gonna make it live right now? Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Can we do it on? Can we do that? Can we do that Friday for the Friday show?
Yeah, we're about to end this thing right now.
Hit that up for Friday. We'll be back wrapping up The Alchemist, and that'll be a fantastic time for us to do that.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, you have to. So we're on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Mr. Soul Brock, feel free to join us tomorrow, and we can kind of discuss
how we gonna do it.
Yeah, how we go about doing this. Is this the same guy from? Oh, okay. Where we can you can do that. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that. Oh, but hey guys. Oh, okay, Corinda. Okay, cool. I thought that was you. So hey guys, this is what's up, man. Love will never keep a man from his personal legend, The Alchemist, man. This is what we do. We'll be back tomorrow. We do this Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. The Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of this. And if you're up early this morning or if it's late wherever you are, join in on the conversation. Out of Me Show is a We Show. We love to do this. We love to inspire other people to go after their best, to have their best life, and to create it. And that's what it's all about. So thanks so much for tuning into our show today, Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. Got Mr. Beatles in the building.
Yes. This is Mr. Beatles, Mr. Wealthy, Healthy, Happy, your financial planner and small business developer. We are wealthy, we're healthy, we're happy, and we out of here.